I forgot to set the clock. Haha. Let's bump it up a notch. Okay, I'm actually going to step away for one brief moment and grab myself some water, and then we will begin. Okay, here I am, guys. It is 9:15, slightly past, so let's begin. This is Saturday Night Vectrex in the Dark. I'm your host, as always, Mark W., and this is a stream I do in which I play Vectrex in the dark. I do this once a month now. That's my planned schedule, the first Saturday of every month. That's the plan. It may be subject to change. But yeah, I love playing Vectrex. I think it looks cool when you play it in the dark, and I like streaming, so it all kind of comes together like that, in my opinion. What else is there to say? I kind of, I never played Vectrex back when I was a kid, so this is not a nostalgia thing for me. It's a new thing almost. I discovered Vectrex myself in 2019 when I went to the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, and I saw one, and I could play it, and it was awesome, and I knew I had to have one, so I got one, and I started streaming a couple months after I got one. I did about 8 episodes of this, and then my Vectrex went on the fritz. Long story short, eventually, a long time later, I got a couple new, let's say 3 actually, 3 new Vectrex, and now I can play once again. So here is our clock. It is past 9:15. We can begin. I thought I would have a kind of a theme today of checking out games that use synthesized speech. There are not a huge number of games that use synthesized speech, but there's several of them. And what I have is this device called an Atari Vox Plus. I have it plugged in. Let me unplug it just so I can show you. If you're a veteran, or if you know the world of Vectrex very well, this is nothing new. But here it is. It's just a little doohickey. You plug it into your Vectrex's second port. And as you can see, the name of it is Atari Vox Plus. Well, why is it called Atari Vox if it's for Vectrex? Well, that's because it actually works with Atari as well. some Atari 2600 games, maybe other Atari systems too, like I don't know, what's the name of that one? 5200. But really, what it comes down to is there are three devices in one here. There is the VecVoice, the VecVox, which are two different synthesized speech devices for Vectrex. I guess, two random Joes, if you will, made them independently. And there's also the Atari one. So over here, I made a little label. I made this myself because there are I don't know if you can see this too well because I am in the dark, but there are dip switches you have to set for each device. And some of the Vectrex games use one device and some use the other. Basically, VecVoice is the old one that I guess is, I don't know the technical details, but it's kind of less favored these days. But there are some games that still use it. So I'm going to actually start using playing a couple games that use VecVoice. And then I'm going to open up the machine. I have to, it's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. You have to kind of pry it open, and then you would fill it with the dip switches inside. But why don't we begin? I will plug this in, and give me 1 second. I have to plug in the speakers as well as the 9-pin joystick port. It just spoke to us. Did you hear that? Okay, that says VecVoice activated. That means we're in VecVoice mode. So I thought, as an initial game, let's turn off the clock. We could play a game known as YASI. I have played this once before, but not with voice. I hope it works. I'm assuming it will. It uses VecVoice, according to my understanding. And YASI stands for, they don't explicitly say this, but it stands for Yet Another Space Invader. It's kind of implied. This came from Pack Rat Game. I'm going to turn on the light for a moment. We have light. So, Pack Rat Games, they sell these games with the carts in nice boxes. Most of the games don't have a manual, unfortunately, but this one actually does. And by the way, you might notice that it also says Protector. That's because it's two games in one. Protector is like a Defender clone, and YASI is obviously Space Invaders. And so they have all the instructions here. I can show you for a moment, make it a little bigger. I know I don't have I have kind of a bunch of things going on at once here, but basically it's just telling you what buttons to press and things like that. If you move the joystick left, you move your laser base left, and pretty much obvious stuff like that. But let's try to get this going, and I haven't gotten a chance to actually test this, so we'll see if it actually works. All right, let's see. Anyway, the card is pretty cool. It comes in this, I'll turn on the light again. It comes with this translucent red case. I guess it goes like this if you want to read it. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to pop that in. Thanks for joining me today, guys. And wow, 4 likes already. I've never gotten 4 likes this quickly before, I don't think. By the way, I don't have the overlay for YASI, so I'm using Scramble right now, which is a completely other game. All right, let's see if this works. Activated. So let me know if you can hear the VecVoice okay. There's actually 2 speakers coming at you now. There's the Vectrex, and then the speaker that I've plugged in to the Atari Vox Plus. I'm always going to be fiddling with it. It's really tough to capture Vectrex on a camera, so you have to fiddle with settings once in a while if you have a camera that actually lets you do that. This app I have called OBS Camera, it does let you fiddle with a lot of video settings, like how much light you let in. Where did the okay, the screen decided to disappear. Maybe I took too long. Let me start over. Wow, 5 likes. Thanks, guys. Activated. All right, it appears we have a problem. Okay. All right, this is fun. Blowing up live. Bear with me while I switch out to yet another Vectrex. Pretend you're hearing the Monty Python intermission music or something. Hang on. Hopefully I'll be set up again in less than 2 minutes.
VecVoice activated.
Okay, we're back for now. For how long? I don't know. Protector and YASI. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have a Vectrex by the end of a working Vectrex by the end of this stream anymore. But I swapped out one of my other ones. Yes, I do have a few. All right, well, let's get into some YASI. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hey, Ellie, how's it going? Ellie says, stoked to catch y'all live. Got you on CRT1 and Metroid 2 on Super Game Boy on CRT2. Looking forward to the sweet Berserk voices. Yeah, we're definitely going to hear it. All right, let's see. Align the bars, setting D, left, right, two. Okay, I guess that's good enough like that. It's got to align them. That's one done.
Insert coin.
Insert coin. Oh man, I didn't bring my money with me. I guess I can't play. All right, here we go. Now, the interesting thing about this game is it actually tries to emulate a raster machine, like a raster display.
Insert coin.
Which is almost counterintuitive, or the opposite of what you would expect a Vectrex game to do. Press 2 to select mode, guided missiles, 3 to select level, press 4 to exit. I'll actually start the game. Can't figure out how to start the game. Okay. 2, play YASI. All right, let's try again. 1 when done. I am done.
Insert
Click
coin.
1 to play. There we go.
Point are the invaders. La race oil meat exterminated.
What is it saying? So look at this. It's pretty interesting. They actually emulated a raster display. I guess they're just drawing a whole lot of little lines to make it look like sprites, which is interesting. But again, that's not what you use a Vectrex for. I am fiddling with the volume, just trying to get it just right. It'll be right eventually. So this is obviously Space Invaders that we all know and love. Oh, they're making fun of me because I died. So I decided I would take a moment and play with the focus here because it's not too clear. I'll start again once I get it. It seems like for each game I have to kind of play with the camera settings for it to be basically visible.
Insert coin.
They're all different. I would imagine this one is especially different, being that it's so unique in the way it displays things. Kind of making things up. Making it up as I go. Ryan says, Game Boy is my second favorite console after Atari 2600. The humanoid would be exterminated. They're actually speaking a lot like the Berserk robots. Like, isn't that right? Out of Berserk, the humanoid would be exterminated, something like that. It's kind of funny. Some people like to blow through a barrier like this in Space Invaders. Ryan, do you like the 2600 Space Invaders? Coin detected in pocket. Is that what it said? All right, now we're cooking a little bit, right? Bingo. Did you say resistance is futile? Are they the Borg now? Did I expect like a giant cube to come at me from outer space? LES, does the Atari Vox do anything to Spike? No, I don't think so, because it would have to be, Spike would have had to be designed to use it from the get-go, and Spike came out much earlier. But it could theoretically be a hack for it, right? If somebody wanted to hack the ROM or just recreate the game, Spike. And make it use the Atari Vox. So we're going to do an unboxing. As you can see, I mentioned in the The last thing, at some point, we're going to do an unboxing. What do you say? Oh, crap. I like to call my unboxings Merry VECMAS. It's like extending the spirit of VECMAS all throughout the year. Or at least until I run out of packages. Whichever comes first. So, but at the rate I buy Vectrex stuff, it could last all year. Like, oh, look how low they are. Let's get. Oh. Ryan said that I don't like it, but I don't really like Space Invaders. Okay. Fair enough. Funny thing is, I have an old Atari flashback, you know, one of the machines that kind of comes with a bunch of ROMs. I think it's the 4 I have Atari flashback for. So it has a bunch of Atari 2600 games in it. The only exception is Space Invaders. It's a totally different game, and it uses like higher resolution than I believe the 2600 is even capable of. It's almost like they included something totally separate because they didn't like the 2600 version of Space Invaders, or there was something wrong with the ROM or a legal issue. Or... Very strange. Get back here. I'll bite your legs off.
All your days are belong to us.
Did you hear what it just said? It just said all your base belong to us. Holy crap, they're very low. That's an early 2000s meme for anybody who wasn't alive back then. After this, I'm going to try another game that uses VecVoice, which again is kind of the older older version of a Vectrex speech synthesis device. I missed it. I have a list. I have to go look it up. I don't remember offhand what games actually work with which device. And one of them is Berserk, by the way, but I'm going to show you something cooler than Berserk. Berserk meaning Berserk with voice. There is an alternate Berserk I'm going to show you guys. Oh man. I really had my cojones in a salad shooter.
Your gravy oil makes you nowhere.
Cooler than Berserk with a V. It's a I'm going to show you another variant of Berserk that uses the voice. What is going on here? Why was it Why was it so difficult? The aliens were starting out low, and now they're giving me a break. They're starting out high again. Wonder if something else changed, like the number of aliens. Yeah, generally the rule of thumb is VecVoice is YASI and Berserk, and old stuff, and everything newer is VecVox. This whole area of the Vectrex world is pretty confusing because there's two devices. This Atari Vox includes both of them, but the manual reverses the label, so it says the dip switches that you have to set for one of them are the opposite. And you have to remember which game uses which. It's really complicated. But it's fun. I like the cheesy voices. Oh no. Yeah. Here we go. Get the alien. Yeah. Alright, one more. The last one always. don't know what he said. The last one always reminds me of the last one going very fast. It reminds me of Futurama in that episode where they were in the video games and Fry can't catch the last one. It's like up to him, like in real life, to shoot the last base of it. And he goes, Fry goes, I was never able to get the last one. My brother always did it for me. Then the alien lands and, you know, takes over the Earth or whatever, I guess. Or is about to. He goes, ha ha ha. You should have shot where I was going to be. You were merely shooting where I already was. Something like that. Instead of shooting where I was, you should have shot where I was going to be. Hello, Ron Jones. Welcome to the show. Is it Trippy? Cool. Trippy sounds fun. Oh, I'm dead though. Trippy but dead. Game over, it said.
Insert coin.
Insert coin. You were right, Ellie. Okay. Where did I put my flashlight? Got too much junk around. All right. So at some point, maybe midway through the stream, I'm going to do again what I mentioned was I'm calling a Merry VecMas unboxing because I like my Christmas season to extend forever. So when you see this guy show up in the corner, he's going to be our Christmas carol. And this is just a demo. And when he starts singing Jingle Bells like he's doing, that means it's going to be time to open the present from VecVoice. If you bear with me, I'm looking for where I put my flashlight so I can actually see. I almost need another flashlight to find the first flashlight. All right, never mind. I have a lamp. As you can tell, this is a real professional operation here. Here it is. Okay, so that was YASI. Now let me take a look at something. I have a list of games. Yeah, Boulder Escape Terror Hazard. Now that's a game that uses the VecVoice, which I already have the machine set up to use. So I think I will try that next. That is called Beth.bin. I have it on a multi-cart. So bear with me for a moment while I switch out. So this multi-cart is called Vec Multi. This is produced by a guy in, I believe, the UK named Richard Hutchinson. And he doesn't produce them like all the time. You can't buy it, you know, you can't just always order it at any given time. I guess he makes them in batches. But I got one, I guess about a year ago. Let's see if, I don't know what overlay I should change to, but I'm going to just change to something at random. I have no idea what this game is. Do you know what this is, Alan? Oh, Alan says good game. Ryan says, I love these graphics. Cool. So here's my old, ye old binder of Vectrex overlay. Actually, the cover is not too interesting. When you get inside, it's interesting. I have them in alphabetical order, in comic book sleeves, essentially. So let me take Scramble, put it in its rightful place, and load something else. How about, I don't know if this is suitable at all for the style of game, but I like this one. It's pretty cool. This is for Star Castle. All right, so let's try Beth. So yeah, Vectrex is, if you have an old 40, I think they're literally 40 years old. They came out 40 years ago this year. They're from 1982. So a lot of times they need some components replaced. And so, you know, I have to put some work into these machines. Like none of them are perfect at this point. Sometimes you just have to measure some voltages and screw around and then you can figure it out. Oh, Ellie suggested Blitz Green. Okay, I'll try that for another game. I do have Blitz and its greeniness. Alan says highest recommendations. All right, so Beth, yeah, I have no idea what this is. I think I might have seen a screenshot of it once, and it looked like kind of asteroidy or something. Now that I think of it, but here it is, Beth. Okay, let's see. Should I tweak the camera settings? I don't know. What did it say? It said the name, something terror. Let me look at that name again. It's called Boulder Escape Terror Hazard. No relation to the Kiss song. There's a Kiss song called Boulder Escape Terror Hazard, Alan. I'm just messing with you. Okay, so this is apparently 2-player. You can press 1 for 1P or 2 for 2P. Whoa, what's going on? Whoa. I think I'm dead already. All right, that's it, folks. Next game. No, let's give this another try. I think I have to press the button of the asteroid or something. 3. Oh, no. Ryan says yesterday was George Romero's birthday, Mark. Oh, okay. Too bad he's not still around. George Romero being everyone's favorite zombie guy. For those who don't know. All right, I'm adjusting camera settings again. Bear with me. All right, let's see what. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, let me keep going. I just can't even figure out what I'm looking at before. Okay, Alan says the game sucks. All right. Well, I mean, I figured there's got to be a trick to it, and once you figure out what the hell you're doing. I think my ship is teleporting between the asteroids of the given number. So if I press 3, it goes into asteroid number 3. And then as soon as the asteroid crashes into the edge of a screen, then you die. I might be completely wrong. 3, no. Okay, Alan says it's unfinished. I guess maybe I should just move on. Sorry to be lame and play an unfinished game. Let's see. Let's remove that thing there. All right, so it was worth a shot, but unfortunately that shot missed. Alan said it's worse than second. Okay. All right, so I have to open up this bad boy. Give me a second. As I mentioned, you have to pry it open with a little tool. So you could use a screwdriver for this, but you would probably mangle the plastic. I happen to have, this is a plastic tool for tweaking CRTs, which you can use with Vectrex for the Vectrex CRT. You need to adjust the settings. But yeah, I'm prying open this case. Here we go. I'm making progress. And what I'm doing is I'm switching to the other device that's in here. So again, I have these. I made this label myself just because it's confusing to remember which is which, or you'd have to pull up the manual, which actually had them labeled wrong, so it's even more confusing. And this is the device itself, in case anybody cares. This is one side of it. And this is the other. This is the side with the dip switches. You can see right here where my finger is. Hey, Benonymous is stopping to see what's up and say hi. Hi, Benonymous. How's it going, man? Benonymous is a friend from work. We worked for a few years together. Yeah, so I'm looking to set this from VecVoice to VecVox, and that will just be a minor adjustment. I flip 2 different dip switches, the first and the second, and I should be set. So let me just put the case back on. I can figure out how to get it to fit right. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's there we go, I got it. I have to get it on a flat surface. Might be worth just leaving it open in case I want to switch back again. I don't know. But I see what a Vec or an Atari Vox looks like for anyone who hasn't seen that. And now we plug in. By the way, one annoying thing about this is the 9-pin connector doesn't go right into the Vectrex because the Vectrex has a really deeply inset joystick port, both of the joystick ports. So I have to get an extension cord just to be able to plug this thing in. It's quite tight, said Alan. Yeah, it is. All right, so we're going to play games that use the other device now, which is the VecVoice. Why don't we start by playing Space Frenzy? Shall we use the blitz screen that Ellie suggested? Let's do that. So Blitz is a football game, and Space Frenzy is not a football game, but it doesn't matter at all. The nice thing about Blitz is it's just pretty much a plain green. If you want your game to look green, you put on Blitz. You look at a nice close-up of my arm while we're at it. My arm hair is very attractive, I know. So we put in the overlay. This overlay came from Stephen Cray before he had perfected his formula, so they were a little bit floppy. Anyway, okay, it's in. Let's try loading up Space Frenzy.
Activated.
See, it announces which device is activated. And now I'm thinking I don't have a working Vectrex at all anymore. Hold on a second. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. This might be the end of the show. Let me go back to the other one. I don't know. Ellie says the green vectors with all the space shooters have such an iconic aesthetic. Reminds me of the quintessential hacker monitor. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty cool. In fact, I use my my terminal at work and at home. I like to have the black background with the green text. Okay, shoot. Well, it's good to know I spent all this money on 4 different Vectrexes and none of them worked. This is what it's showing right now. That's pretty cool in its own right, right? This is the show now, guys. I'm trying to think what I can do. I might just switch back to the other one and pray a little bit. I don't know. This one I already knew had this issue, and it just comes up once in a while. I have some advice from some people on the forum, especially Brett. What's his last name? Wallach or something like that. He had some advice for how I could diagnose this particular one. The other one that just blew up a minute ago, that was a surprise. Yeah, and Ryan says, remember when I said I was thinking of buying one? Not anymore. All right, well, I'm going to go switch to the other one and pray a little bit. And if that doesn't work, I think we're done for tonight. So bear with me while I switch them out again. Stay tuned. And again, you can imagine the Monty Python and the Holy Grail intermission song is playing right now. fact, why don't we make that happen, okay? All right. Jeez. Well, there is one last Vectrex, but that one I already knew had jumbled up video and needs a tuning. Well, let's see if that one miraculously works. All right, let's switch them out one more time, and there's like a 99% chance we're done here, unfortunately. Back to the music, guys. What do you think? Should I play on this one? Whoa, what's even? Hey, it doesn't have sound. That's not the biggest problem, but all right. I'm very disappointed. But yeah, I just have to dedicate the time into some maintenance. Basically, I have an old one that isn't. It's kind of in a foobar shape. I didn't really have time to fix it. Then I bought 3 from a guy, and he said they were never, repaired or anything. And they were working. This one, he told me this one had scrambled video and it needs some fixing. The other 2 were good, and now they're not. You just have to kind of go through each component, measure voltages, and see what needs to be replaced and stuff like that. Usually, it's not that complicated, from what I've read. But it doesn't help us in the short term. So, yeah, at least it's got a blow on it. That's right. And so, well, that's all, folks. I'm sorry to disappoint. But I do thank you all for showing up. And I don't know when I'll get to do this again. It is always hard for me to find time to do repairs and things. But given some guidance that I was given, I hopefully can just, at least 1 or 2 of these machines will hopefully be easy to repair. And also, I've poked around in the first one enough that I'm pretty comfortable inside the machine. Yeah, thank you to Ryan and Ellie. Ellie's a new person here. Thank you, Ellie, for hanging out. Be Anonymous, thanks as always. I don't know if you're still here. Be Anonymous usually pops in for a couple minutes. Alan, thank you as always. I know you're a huge Vectrex dude, so keep on being a cool Vectrex dude. Look what's going on here. Suddenly there's sound. What else we got here? Ron Jones. He said, whoa, this is trippy. Thanks for showing up and making that comment, Ron Jones. I guess that is it. Maybe our buddy Arturo is watching, but he's been silent. I don't know. Unfortunately, that's all I can do tonight. Thank you guys. My normal schedule, by the way, is on Monday night. I have Monday MAME. All my streams I start at about 9:15 these days, by the way. On Monday MAME, I play retro games. It started out only arcade games. That's why I called it Monday MAME. But I started emulating all kinds of games. It could be NES one day, or Commodore 64 another, or Neo Geo another day. And Saturday night gaming is what I do. This on every other Saturday. That's not Saturday night gaming. Saturday night Vectrex in the dark. So yeah, maybe I'll see some of you guys on Monday or not. I don't know. In any case, thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.